guys, it's Janet Wakeland with Remarkably Created. Recently in my customer newsletter, I made available an amazing toolkit to my customers, and it was well received, and I decided to open it up to the public as well. So let me talk to you a little bit about this toolkit offer that I made to my customers. It includes a lot of my favorite essentials, can't craft without tools, and what's really cool is the toolkit holder that they fit into. So let's start first with the guts or the essential pieces of that toolkit. In no random order, Stampin' Dimensionals. I love these. They are double-sided sticky. You can use them singly, or you can mount several together depending on how thick you want the dimension of the item that you're raising up, the flower, the balloon, whatever it is, on a craft project card and things like that. The fine tip glue pen has a really fine nozzle on it. You've seen me use it in quite a few videos, and it's perfect for adding small things like glitter, small things like tiny little sequins. You can also write with it and outline and then add glitter that way. It's also great for working with things that have a little bit of texture, like our laces, the smoothness of our foil or burlap and things like that. It works great for those kinds of things and sticks really fast. So our fine tip glue. Another one is our adhesive remover. I hate to admit that I use this more times than not, but every now and then you've got a little piece of adhesive, or you went to reposition something and all the adhesive didn't come up. So the adhesive eraser is great at pulling up all the traces of adhesive. Another one of the tools that I use a lot in my crafting is our Tarun Tape. Very similar to the old red line adhesive that was double-sided sticky, but the difference is you can tear that. You don't need to cut it with scissors, which means that you're not going to gunk up your scissors and things like that. So really great, very strong double-sided adhesive. I like to use this on crafts and paper craft projects that are going to be manhandled a lot, boxes that are going to be opened and closed, and things that are going to be folded and unfolded a lot. So I like to use that for that. In addition, the very basic adhesive is our Snail Adhesive, and Stampin' Up! Always has refills readily available, and it's a very cost-effective adhesive to be using on your card making projects. Another tool is our paper snips, which are really nice, fine-tipped, pointy, sharp scissors, which are perfect for all of your paper crafting needs. They do have this nice protective cover on them, which you don't usually see me use in videos, and this little protective sleeve as well. Another tool is the paper piercing tool. Many of you have heard me say this all the time. This is the tool that I absolutely cannot live without. I use it for the way that it was intended, paper piercing, poking little holes around images and designs. It's also great for picking up small little items like sequins and then setting them down on adhesive, picking the backing off of your Tarun Tape, all kinds of little things where you would need that fine little pointy tip. So I love this tool. Another tool is Stampin' Up's bone folder, and this bone folder is great for getting those nice sharp creases on your boxes, your bags, and your cards. And in this case, the toolkit one includes one that was engraved by my friend Debbie with Remarkably Created, and it is Stampin' Up's beautiful bone folder. And then another essential tool for me in my card making paper crafting is Stampin' Up's paper trimmer. What's really nice about this paper trimmer is that it does have an arm that extends 14 inches, which means that you can work with 12 by 12 pieces of paper. And it's also longer than 12 inches top to bottom on the cutting track cutting surface, which means that you can take your cutting and your scoring tools and literally move them up out of the way instead of popping them constantly out and putting them somewhere else. In addition, you're going to see measurements at 1/8 of an inch and little boxes that are 1/4 of an inch, and they're marked both top and bottom so that if you are right-handed, a lot of times you cut with your arm across this way. A lot of times my left-handed friends cut with the arm across the bottom. So again, you can work with it both directions. The other thing that's really nice about this trimmer is that this dark edge that you see here in the video is actually raised. I don't know if you can hear the cardstock packing of this hitting it. And what that does is that gives you a nice surface to hold your cardstock, your papers and foils and vellums against, so that when you go to cut, again, you're holding it nicely and securely in place. So that's wonderful. In addition, this trimmer has 1.25 inch markings off to the right hand side, so that you can also be cutting some smaller strips much more easily using the right hand side markings. The other thing about this trimmer, let's go ahead, is that it does lock down so that this does not move when you're moving around. On the back side, it does have a nice little storage case. You can go ahead and put extra scoring tools, cutting blades in here, anything else that you wanted, you could go ahead and have in this little storage compartment. It has nice little rubber feet. It has 5 rubber feet on it so that it doesn't slide. And that long arm that I showed you has a little foot that then extends down so that, again, it provides a nice flat surface for you to be cutting on. So, the cool thing about all of these tools, with the exception of the trimmer, is they fit in this really fun tool case that I am providing for my customers as part of the tools when they order all of the essential tools from me. I'm not showing you how cutely it's packaged because I don't want to ruin the surprise. This was an offer that I just made to my customers, and these toolkits are just now arriving in their mailboxes, and I want them to be surprised. But trust me, it will be decorated and cute. And again, as I mentioned, what's nice about that is all of those tools that I mentioned do fit nicely inside of here, which means that when you're going off to class somewhere, if you go off to a crop, if you're like me and you travel on the go, or even if you just want to contain your essential crafting mess, everything sits nice and flat for you in that. So again, this cute little toolbox, all decorated up in a fun surprise, is part of all of those tools. And again, I have 2 different toolkits, the basic toolkit without the trimmer, and then the grand toolkit, which is all the things you saw plus the trimmer. Something else that I offered to my customers, and I have a few extra left, is as demonstrators, we are allowed to not only be demonstrators earning all of our demonstrator perks, but we get to be hostesses earning hostess picks. So throughout the holiday catalog season, when I've had a chance to be a hostess, I've selected a few of the Holly Jolly layers and a few of the Cozy Critter hostess sets. So for those of you purchasing the basic toolkit, the one without the trimmer, while supplies last here at my house, you'll either be able to pick the Cozy Critters or the Holly Jolly, and of course it's first come. And I have a few sets of both of these set aside, again, while supplies last, for those of you that are ordering the toolkit with the trimmer. So all of the details for that are available on my blog at remarkablycreated.com. All of the details are also sent in my customer newsletter. So if you like special offers like this and you don't want to miss out on them, you want to make sure that you visit remarkablycreated.com and sign up for my newsletter. One last perk that was part of this toolkit, because the tools are essential to many, many of the projects that I offer, and something that many of you here on YouTube may not know, is that in addition to having my blog, videos here, my Facebook page, Pinterest, other social media outlets, I do have a virtual classroom for my customers on Facebook. And in that classroom are exclusive classes, projects, and tutorials that you don't see in my newsletters and out in the public social media avenue of normal postings and things like that. And so for those purchasing the toolkit, they gain access to view all of those exclusive videos, tutorials, and things like that through May 31st. So in addition to offering the products, I know that some of you live outside of the U.S. and of course I can only do business in the United States. Some of you may already have these tools. Some of you may simply just want to view those exclusive videos and trainings, especially given the new blog bundle of the month that I will be starting in January. You're definitely going to want to be a part of that. I do offer exclusive viewing only memberships for that classroom. So again, maybe you're a demonstrator, maybe you live outside the U.S., maybe you already have all of the tools, and you just want access to more than what I offer on YouTube, my Facebook, and in my blog. So again, if you visit me at remarkablycreated.com, I will have all of the details for you on all of those great options, the wonderful tools, the different toolkits, again, the special offer while they last here at my house, and the viewing membership. So thank you guys, and enjoy spoiling yourself with some amazing basic tools that will make your crafting and card making that much more remarkable. Thank you.